celebrating. I got fries in my beard, fries in my beard. I got fries in my beard. I got crumbs in my seat. They see me riding dirty. Riding dirty. I actually had some in my beard. The only reason I made that joke again is because I actually had fries. I actually ordered fries. And the thing is, I didn't actually order fries. I got Cane's chicken. I ordered 3 extra pieces. I got the 3-piece chicken, no fries. I don't want fries. But they gave me so goddamn much fries, and I don't want them. And so I'm like, you know what? At least I can use it as a prop. So I put like 3 pieces in my beard, and they just fall out. So I've already proven that is a lie. That is a lie. I cannot even ride dirty with fries in my beard. Like I've got crumbs on the floor though, but that's about as much as we get for this. What a fucking intro. Hello. Welcome to the counselor's office. It's your boy, Mr. Gaming Counselor. Now, for those that are watching this live, sounds like an actual like video intro, and that's because it is. We're jumping straight into the action. There is drama to be talked about, and it's not my drama. I'm not in the crosshairs for the community, but Cool Guy is, and so is Bungie. Because apparently Bungie doesn't know how to not leak things. And I say leak because they willfully put this information out there. So let's jump into the news for you. I don't know what intro is. Anyways, hello chat. Hello. I'll address you here in a moment. But we're recording this video live for your beautiful faces. Yes. So we have content creators who did their little family vacation. They're putting a bunch of shit online. And one of the things that has been put out there was the dungeon weapons. By the way, spoiler alert, I'm sorry if you didn't want to see the thumbnail. I'm telling you now, there will be a lot of spoilers for the rest because we will talk about the guns. Because why not? It's already out there. If you don't want to find out, wait, I'll let you know again when we start actually exploring the guns themselves. But let's talk about the drama. You're here for the drama, so we're going to start with the drama. We have Cool Guy. The dungeon weapons were by far the favorite weapons I got to use with Renegades. Hands-on, very unique, really cool perk combos, and more. People are livid. I mean, the community is posting this constantly. I've seen multiple clips being shared. People are not happy that Bungie willfully leaked the dungeon weapons, which, if you don't know, the dungeon doesn't come out until like a week after Renegades comes out. So it's going to be, we don't even know what the dungeon is going to be like. No one's apparently played it via content creators. They said they did not touch the dungeon, but they played the weapons. And so you have full on, not only reviews of them, but people actually showcasing them off, which is pissing off a lot of people because people love this. For some people, new games equal new surprises, something to jump into, something that they can look forward to. But the surprise, it's like showing up on Christmas Eve and your presents are already unwrapped is the best way I think I can explain it. You show up and instead of being on unwrap the presents yourself, someone's already done all the work and it's Christmas Eve and not even Christmas Day. So a lot of people are upset, including like apparently the Praxis Blade. There's all the colors of the rainbow. Essentially, if there's a color you want, that was leaked apparently. I won't show you that, but it was leaked and showcased. Though I don't know if it was actually leaked or it was just someone who recorded it, even though some people are saying they couldn't do it. I don't know. There's a lot of information going out, and one of them that's willfully been done is the dungeon. And so you can look at the comment section and some of the shared stuff. And this, by the way, is not the only instance of people. There's other content creators sharing stuff, and it's all over the internet. People are absolutely livid about it. Should have censored this image. That's a major L on your part, dude. At least spoil the thumbnail for the people that want. I'm thinking don't spoil it, is what they're meant to say. This is not a breach of contract. Do you all have the cutscenes as well? Save people a bit of money. People are real mad about spoilers for a video in which they have 100% agency whether they watch or not. You control the videos you click on, you miserable losers. LOL. Good video, Cool Guy. Man, people are trying so hard. I'm not watching the video. It's already spoiled what the guns look like from the new dungeon. The worst part is I will see this all day now on social media and YouTube, and we'll need to put not interested so I don't see said thumbnail 100,000 times before the thing is out. Jesus Christ, get off the internet, man. The new response, I think you are right. Tyler has a very solid take. If you don't want to see it, stay off of the internet. And I've said the same thing about like spoilers, movie spoilers, because I've talked about shit online. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should 100% not be online. Like, for real, for real. However, I think it's still pretty shitty that there is no surprise, because they're right. That means for 2 weeks, you have to stay offline. That's the counter argument. Like, I'm going to play devil's advocate. The counter argument is, why should I have to stay online to avoid being spoiled? Why do I have to change the way I do things because someone did something that shouldn't happen? And so I see both sides. I can honestly see both sides to this argument. Stay offline, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to stay online. I personally don't give a shit. I want to make that clear. I don't give a shit. I was the kid on Christmas Day that would scratch off a piece of the wrap just to see what it was. And my parents finally got smart enough to just put them in other boxes, because I would just scratch away. I would find all the hidden Christmas presents before they even wrapped. Like, I'm really bad with surprises. I'm just the most anti-surprise. I spoil things for me. I don't give a shit, because I would rather get my hands onto the content itself or the stuff. So I get it. I get the I don't give a shit crowd, you know, and then you have the I don't give a fuckikins, the shut the fuck up sins. You don't want to talk to those guys, because those guys have meetings. I get it. I get both sides. I really do. And so much for no spoilers about the dungeon. Why the fuck are we showing the raid weapons before it even comes out? What? Is there right here disappointing me? Some random streamer literally woke up and said, yes, how I want to remember my Destiny community by ruining and game. Like, this, I get both sides, so I don't care. But I can see why people are upset. This is a Vesper Host Center doctrine or something fun like Prophecy. This is so bad of a video showing endgame gear 2 weeks before its release. Just damn, stop this video, needs to be removed. Not like this. Yeah, as you can see, why are there 2 dildos on the wait, what? Okay, I can't unsee that now. There really are 2 dildos on the gun. You can't unsee it now. Change this soundtrack. There we go. Get the flood, because we are in the flood. We're online. The flood makes sense for timeout. The flood. Bungie is desperate. They're spending a lot of money on YouTuber streamers for this DLC. They are. I will say that I think they are desperate to get people to buy this DLC. They are desperate. The only reason I can think of why they would showcase all the stuff ahead of time is they are desperate. Yeah, if we look through, you can see that people are not upset. And it's not just them, content creators are upset. I don't know if this is controversial, but when it comes to pinnacle endgame content, things shouldn't intentionally be kept down to a minimum on info. Part of what makes the rad content so special is the mystery, the encounters, the mechanics, the loot, camping, seasonal weapons. Sure, go for it, but true endgame like raid and dungeon content should be under wraps. I can't imagine a consumer Destiny endgame going, I don't think I'm going to play the best PvE content in the game because I don't know all the weapons and roles before launch. No shade to the people covering it, just doing their job. Just my 2 cents. I know I'm probably in the minority, but it's really lame seeing all the new weapons early. I feel like a gigantic part of the mystery has totally vanished. How does low-key feel like the expansion came out a week ago? A bit of a shame. Surely I'm not alone thinking the dungeon weapons all being public knowledge before DLC is a little lame. As you can see, a lot of people not happy. Why are we showing off dungeon weapons before the dungeon drops? Yikes, there goes the surprise. People are not happy. Kind of crazy. People got to use the dungeon weapons early. Yeah, I mean, I get advertisement is needed, but this screams desperation. And I'm gonna give Bungie an olive branch. I'm gonna give Bungie an olive branch here. When it comes to a business standpoint, I think it's actually smart of them to reveal the stuff, because it's smart, but it's also stupid. Because here's what. These weapons are going to get leaked as soon as the game launches, and if it's in anywhere where data miners can data mine this shit, it's going to be out in the public specter. That's right. Once leakers get a hold of it, it's out there. However, I would say less people see leak information than they do see official videos from YouTubers, because not everyone sits on Twitter. But people do sit on YouTube. And so when their favorite content creators start spamming videos, they're more likely to see that than some leaker posting on Twitter and people sharing that information on Twitter. Like, it's much different, right? Unless their favorite YouTubers are all covering the leaks, which some do, right? Some do that. But I personally, I'm gonna say, I think from a business standpoint, it's better to just, you might as well take advantage. If you can't stop leakers, you might as well leak it yourself. I don't know. I don't have a solution. I honestly don't give a shit because we're about to review it anyways. If the streamers are really showing all the gear, this just proves how little hope the DLC will bring. Start the funeral. I agree. I do think that things are looking pretty bleak. Now, here is your spoiler warning, because we're gonna jump into it. No, I'm not watching Cool Guys. We have a list and I have a cheat sheet. We're gonna talk about it. Here's your spoiler. Thank you for watching the video. If you're not watching the rest of the video, hit the like button and comment down, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think for this section of the video. Do you think Bungie should ever be revealing endgame content like raid gear, dungeon gear, like any of that? Do you think that's acceptable? Should they do it or should they not? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for the rest of the people that are watching, I'm assuming you're here because you want to see spoilers. If you're live, come back in like maybe 20 minutes, right? Just put a timer or something, come back, go watch an anime video or something, and we should be done by then, right? Okay? All right. Let's jump into it. Got Renegades, all weapons and perks detailed. Now, I also took some cheat sheets. I'm going to refresh just in case they update it, because they're supposed to update this. On top of that, we have 3 new exotic weapons, Heirloom Service, Hasaku. Okay, I don't give a shit about any of this. We have the dungeon weapons, destination weapons, the portal weapons, the pinnacle weapons, the seasonal weapons, the Trial of Osiris weapons, the crucible weapons, and the exotics. Now, we're about to get, here's the dungeon weapons. Again, if you don't want leaks, here it is. Here's the dungeon weapons. Before we start, we know the origin trait is called Imperial Allegiance. This trait, specifically what it does, is being near allies grants further increased cooling or charge rate, increased damage while at high heat or low guard. So there's keywords, obviously cooling and high heat are talking about the blaster weapons, whereas it also talks about charge rate and low guard. So we have fusion rifles and swords. Low guard is swords, charge rate is fusion rifles, right? While the increased damage at ×2 does 10%. So just being overheated or like high heat, you're looking at 10% free damage, which is pretty insane. Like a damage perk just by being by your allies and your high heat, like you're just blasting away, you're getting a free 10% damage is kind of nutty. There was a couple perks. Now, the problem is there's delicate tuning and cooling bauble, but the person I watched mentioned both of these as the same thing, so I don't know which is what. Essentially, picking up an orb of power reduces weapon heat, and they said the same thing for both delicate tuning and cooling bauble, so I don't know which one actually does that. And then thermal atomization, when you're at high energy or high heat, it does 15 more percent damage and targets explode. So it's essentially like Frenzy with Firefly is what I kind of gathered, or Incandescent. I'm not for sure. I didn't see gameplay of it, but it sounds really fucking sick. We're going to talk about the armor as well. Give me a minute. I'm going to go ahead and pull chat back up. That way I can kind of read your comments. Did I hear leaks? Leakers always leak my content. Or leak any content. This happens to every game. So who leaked this? Bungie. Bungie leaked this. They leaked all this willingly. 709 are reskins. I don't know. Like, these are obviously reskins, but none of these are reskins. None of the Star Wars weapons are reskins. So we have these are the dungeon weapons. Zealous Ideal. It is a 450 auto rifle, which it's whatever. It again, thermal atomization, which does sound really cool at getting a free 15% at high, and you get explosions. but I'm interested in incandescent with like heal clip. That's where I'm going, but it also gets like burning ambition, which is fine. Attrition orbs, which I think attrition orbs burning ambition would be an interesting for end game content, because remember, both of these benefit from shooting a target constantly, and if you time your shots, apparently these blasters with their heat sinks don't overheat, so you can just keep making a bunch of orbs and causing stacks of scorch and causing explosions to beef your targets by timing your shots. So you're pew-pewing. So that's interesting. That has me intrigued, because just making free orbs for everyone and then burning. But like, and I'm gonna say I think it's too slow. Unless you, I think it's too slow. In my opinion, you need something fast paced. That's why I think heal clip and like incandescent's gonna be great. Thermal atomization is definitely gonna be intriguing to use. I think it looks cool. 450s just generally aren't that good. Bitter End. This is the sweet business of the legendaries. It is a 900. I heard nothing but good things about this gun. I'm actually excited to use this thing. This thing looks fucking sick. Thermal atomization actually sounds amazing, because you're a 900, 15% damage, and you're just causing everything to blow up. That sounds dope, but it also gets jolting feedback, and I just love jolting feedback. Jolting feedback is probably one of my favorite perks on any gun, because it's just so good. And it also gets attrition orbs. So my go-to perk is literally going to be attrition orbs and jolting feedback. I don't know what trickling charge does, but I'm assuming it has something to do with bolt charge. Gut shot straight does bonus body damage. Eddy current was kind of like a safe. We'll have to see what delicate tuning, like the overheating. I think attrition orbs, jolting feedback. What's up, Bingo? Good to see you. Do you know if we're getting any 600 RPM autos? I'm upset. It could be the first kinetic machine gun. It could have been the first kinetic machine gun. It'd be cool. No, we haven't got through this. We're going through the dungeon weapons. The High Tyrant. By the way, these are like, yeah, this is obviously a Star Wars blaster. I don't know what Star Wars weapon this looks like. So for me, this looks like sweet business, and I'm cool with that. Same thing here. This looks like a 6 sniper rifle, like pulse rifle combination. I don't know. I feel like if you get a different shader on this, this could look more like a modern weapon. I just don't see the Star Wars in this High Tyrant pulse rifle, but it looks sick. But this is a 540, which is an interesting type, Void. It gets thermal atomization, Master of Arms, Headseeker, Frenzy, Wither, and Gaze. Apparently Magnera, which is back. But I heard that Magnera with destabilizing rounds is sick, because you cause constant explosions. So I'm actually interested, but 540s generally aren't good for better Bungie than a Battle of the Leakers crowd doing it. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Jason. I think from a business standpoint, it's smarter for them to go ahead and get ahead of the leakers, because we know once the data is in the game, that all this is going to come out anyway. So it might as well come from Bungie. You know, they might as well benefit. I personally don't care. I don't care that it was leaked. I'm just going to keep saying that. I don't care. High Tyrant, I think, looks like the blaster rifle that the Rebellion Alliance uses. Oh, see, if I can't tell immediately that I'm not going to be piffed, I think I get piffed when seeing the lightsaber. Like, I watched people play Crucible with it, and I'm like, I hate this, because it doesn't look like Destiny anymore, dude. It felt like I'm playing Battlefront online. Voltaic Shade is a scout rifle, which actually this is the weapon I'm really excited about. I'm so fucking stoked for this thing. And here's why. It can not only get jolting feedback, it can get volt shots. So you're getting double the chain. Like, you've got Palpatine in the gun. By the way, I made that Star Wars reference as a joke, but yeah, Voltaic Shade sounds juiced. Or jolting feedback with Magnera, whatever. Personally, I think my go-to is going to be this jolting feedback and volt shot. That's a very unique. The scout rifle it sounds sick. The 260s are pretty good. Wait, is there any info on the lightsaber? Everyone's videos on it keep saying that they weren't allowed to talk about it. We'll talk about the lightsaber. I think there's a section down below. We'll get to it in a minute. Conspiracy Honed. I don't care about this. It looks goofy as fuck. It looks like they try to make it the old, like, this is definitely, out of all the weapons, this one definitely looks like a reskin that they put on this goofy ass cap on and yeah, it just looks way too goofy. Like they tried desperately to make this look like a Star Wars blaster, but it just doesn't work. So conspiracy does not look good to me. However, this is a 140, and I think is going to be interesting because it gets Vorpal, which is a 15% for specials. Remember, 20% for primaries, 15% for specials, and then you've got 10% for heavy. So 15% right there, free on bosses and mini bosses, and then bait and switch. That is a bait and switch is 30%. So that is a 45 damage percent increase. That sniper is definitely from the Battlefront games. We're going to find out. Like the stock definitely is the same. I think this part is what the body right here is not like. This right here is very obvious along with this design here. I think it's this part and this part that makes it not look normal. Like the stock makes sense. It definitely looks weird. Anyways, I think the 45% damage buff, and you can just keep blasting away without having to reload as long as you time your shots. Apparently, you can actually keep doing a lot of damage. So this is going to be interesting sniper rifle to look out for. Yeah, it's the reason. It is absolutely a reskin. Sullen Claw, the only weapon that doesn't have a heat sink apparently, because they're like, no, we can't make another lightsaber. We can't let it compete. It's a lightweight sword. Honestly, I'm disappointed. I love swords. It's cool because this gets access to Vorpal and bait and switch, which is cool, I guess. It's a lightweight frame, which is not impressive to me, to be honest. But it does get flash counter and destabilizing rounds, like, and counter attack. This sword's disappointing to me. I'm going to be honest. We finally get a void sword with the tier system, and it is just meh. Destination weapons. All right, so that is your dungeon weapons. Sniper looks good. I am in love with the scout rifle. Pulse rifle looks fun. I am excited for the machine gun. Auto rifle, 450s don't really scratch my balls. Sorry. They don't really scratch my balls that much. All right, so here's the destination weapons. This is when you purchase and you play Renegades, this is what you get. You get the Uncivil Discourse Blaster. It is a 180 hand cannon, which is interesting because 180s generally aren't that good. It gets Frenzy, Jolting Feedback, Opening Shot, Thermal Atomization, Precision Instrument, and then it gets Outlaw, Air Trigger, Keep Away, Lone Wolf. Like, it's also supposed to be, I think, a special weapon? Am I wrong? I think this is supposed to be a special weapon too. I don't know what the perk is supposed to be, like the actual perk for it, unfortunately. I'm just gonna have to play with it. Nothing screams impressive. It's a 180. Blaster types plus flat damage, yeah. No eager? Oh, but it does have eager. I forgot to tell you guys, it has eager edge. So you can eager bait and switch or, you know, whirling blade. Like you can use, like it's fine. It's good. Like you can use it. I'm looking from me as a stronghold user. I was not impressed. All right, now we have the modified B7 pistol. It's the legendary Forerunner, just not as impressive to me. Let's see. It's also a. Why do we have two 180 hand cannons? One's a special weapon, and one's, I guess, the primary. Okay, one's arc, one's stasis. A 180, headstone, opening shot, crystalline corpse bloom, built blast. I'm gonna be honest, outside crystalline corpse bloom or headstone with firefly, maybe, like it's a 180 for PvE, not that good. I think since this is a special weapon, it will do more damage, but here I am not impressed. All or nothing. This is a pulse rifle. It is a 540 strand. We'll see how that goes. This one does have the heatsink. It does Zen Moment, Perpetual, Keep Away Firefly, Thermal, Atomization, Kill Clip, Sword Logic. I feel like this is going to be more of a PvP weapon. Nothing here screams I want to use this in PvE. For PvP, having Zen Moment and Head Seeker sounds really cool. Compact Defender. We've got a sidearm. It is a 360. It's void. It has Frenzy, Kill Clip, Swashbuckler, Precision Instrument, Repulsor Brace, Thermal, Atomization. Destabilizing rounds is pretty huge. Having destabilizing rounds and Frenzy, that's actually pretty sick. Or you can go for the classic Repulsor Brace. Like, I think double damage perks are going to look good. Pulse looks weird to me. It does look weird. Refurbished A499. Now, I know this is supposed to be those weird, like, crazy sand dudes. Their little rifle gun. I think I remember the reference. Let's see. It is a sniper rifle, kinetic 72. I don't know how I feel about that. Wow, this thing looks like shit. This has definitely got to be a PvP weapon because this thing for PvE looks like shit. Yeah, this has to be PvE. And I'm not going to sound off. I don't use snipers in PvE, but this looks like shit. All right, the M17 Fast Talker, which I think looked pretty cool. Like, I was excited for this SMG. So give me something good. Attrition Orbs, always a good choice for 900. Stats for all, Cooling Bubble, gets target lock, so it has some PvP. Sword Logic, Crystalline Bloom, Master of Arms, Thermal Atomization, which thermal, actually, with this thing shooting fast, you gain that 50% causing things to explode, along with, Attrition Orbs might be interesting. Master of Arms is 25% damage, so you just start blasting. You just start blasting. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm still excited. I always love 900 SMGs, so I'm going to give this a good go. Portal weapons. Here are our portal weapons. This is our portal weapons. Here they are, baby. Here's the portal. We've got a aggressive stasis weapon. Frenzy. Adrenaline Junkie, Massive Arms, Reservoir Burst. Nothing here is exciting to me. This is just going to be more scrap. Like, I just don't know why you would ever use this over all the other weapons we've got. Nothing is impressive to me. We got the Psi Eternia. It's a ARC 200 pulse rifle. Oh yeah, this is the micro missile. I was so confused. Like, what? It's the micro missile. It has Blast Disruptor, Eddy Current, Beacon Round, Stats for all, Reverberation, Trickle Charge. Still don't know what that does. No rewind rounds. Unfortunate. Collective Pugilism, Elemental Honing, which is good. Jolting Feedback. Ooh. Listen, I know people, hot take, I like Eddy Current. The fact that Jolting Feedback procs Eddy Current, I think is going to be the combo for me. I'm going to say it now. I know people aren't not going to agree with me, but I think this is still going to be a very serviceable micro missile frame. I think it's going to be great. In fact, I think it's going to be better than Mint Retrograde because of Jolting Feedback, being able to deal champions for free. Evening, like, I know Rewind Rounds is really fucking good for DPS, but like from everyday use, I still think it's going to be fire. Evening S, I don't know if that's an I. I think it's I now one. SI4. It is a solar adaptive burst sidearm. It's going to have proximity power, heal clip, and incandescence. So there you go. And then Head Seeker with Lone Wolf for PvP, right? I'm not a sidearm main. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I have no stock in sidearms. And whether these are good or not, like, I barely use some of the god rolls I have. Mint is a blueberry flavor. Yeah. Something. Wait, what? They actually just... they actually just named a gun something. Yeah, that's whatever. Aggressive sniper, a 72 kinetic. We got 2 of those for some reason. Reusing the Mercury frame, which honestly is fine. We never saw it again. Gets triple tap, snapshot, which are 2 good perks for PvE and PvP. Bewildering burst, stopping power. I don't know what this does. Discord distractions, get elemental honing, adhesive ordnance, box breathing, kinetic tremors, redirection, all-star. What is all-star? I think triple tap kinetic tremors will be cool. The problem is it's a 72, which is very fucking slow. So I don't know if it takes a couple shots to activate kinetic tremors. That'll be interesting. For PvP, snapshot, and yeah, this is not. I don't know for PvP. I don't know. Pinnacle weapons. So for your exotic missions and all that jazz, pinnacle weapons, we've got a good shout. It is our Void Heavy Crossbow. No distractions, bolt scavenger, built to blast, withering gaze, which actually adhesive ordnance. I don't know what that is. I don't know what adhesive ordnance is. However, I think withering gaze on this crossbow is free. Also, Envious Arsenal is also pretty free too. But Withering Gaze is free. Just aim, shoot, rotate, or pick up your bolts and do it again. Butterfly. What the fuck is butterfly? What is butterfly? Box breathing, high ground, destabilizing rounds, rampage, demoralize. I don't know, man. I don't know what butterfly box breathing. I think the box breathing withering gaze combo is the shout. Both of you make you have to. I think it takes the same time to activate both. So, and it's only one shot. So I think getting that free damage for aiming, shooting, getting that damage debuff, to do that extra bonus damage. I think, I don't know. The crossbows, I don't think the crossbows are that good. I have like a God roll chill clip one. I tried using it and it's all right. It's just, I'm not sold on combat bows, or at least the heavy ones. I'm just not sold. Now, jolting feedback, if it takes one hit to activate jolting feedback, get back to me, right? We have the Sarpin D, which is a 100 RPM spread shot. We got our first ever arc spread shotgun hand cannon. To the pain, trickle charge, proximity power, lead from light, eddy current, impromptu ammunition, collective pugilism, rolling storm, 1-2 punch, trench barrel, volt shot. Why volt shot? Like, it has the 2 best other perks for melees, but jolting feedback would have been significantly better. But maybe desperate measures, if you're going to be punching shit using this, it might, I'm just jolting feedback sounds better to me. Horror's Least is back. That's right. We finally got our Nightfall specific weapon. It's back. Let's see what they did to it at a 540. It has Zen Moment, huge. Transcendent Moment, I don't remember this one. Heating Up, Supercharged Magazine, don't know what that is. Trickling Charge, still don't know. Overflow. Gets Kill Clip, Frenzy, Perpetual Motion. So Zen Moment, Perpetual Motion, actually interesting. Jolting Feedback, Rampage, Rolling Storm. I think Zen Moment Kill Clip is still fire, but I am interested in the Jolting, and then whatever else the other ones are. If these are good, Jolting Feedback. I mean, it's a 540, which again for PvE, not the greatest. No, it's just the impact. It just doesn't do enough. But man, yeah, getting access to another pulse rifle with jolting feedback is nice, especially since the last one we got was an episode Revenant and is no longer a tier system. Horror's Least got reskin 3 times now. Well, it's not reskin, more of a repaint. Oxygen SR3 is back. It is a 180 RPM precision scout rifle. It has stats for all: heal clip, rapid fire, pugilist, shoot to loot, and to the pain. Magnera, you knew it was coming back. Burning ambition, collective pugilism, box breathing. I have to see what Magnera does, but honestly, I think heal clip, burning ambition might be good. I don't use scout rifles nearly as much. I know the higher impact, the better. It's a 180, which is not bad. Box breathing though, for PvP, box breathing on this thing, and it can get rapid hits. I mean, there you go. Or kill clip, like heal clip and box breathing in PvP. This thing's going to probably make some people mad. Seasonal weapons. Here are your seasonal weapons. Here they are, baby. We might as well go through it all. Long video. By the way, I think we got through the dungeon weapons in under 20 minutes. So if you came back to watch to see this, welcome back. Seasonal weapons. Monody 44. Archetype. High impact fusion rifle. Elements. RPM. I mean, RPM literally says 967. It's a high impact. Discord, Subsistence, Repulsor Brace, Lone Wolf, Attrition Orbs, and Light in Action. I think Attrition Orbs sounds interesting. Destabilizing Rounds, Control Burst, Withering Gaze. I think, even though it's a high frame, Controlled Bursts with Attrition Orbs sounds interesting. Or Cornered. Cornered or Attrition Orbs. I don't know how meta fusion rifles are. Magnera is Dragonfly on steroids. Yes, that's why it pairs really well with Destabilizing Rounds, because it's like super explosions. Motif 41 is another grenade launcher. It's a aerial denial frame that is solar. Welcome back. Or actually, we've never had solar, so welcome to the collection. Threat detector, stats for all Wellspring, which is actually pretty good. Impulse, heal clip, that's huge. Loose change, auto-loading holster, has incandescent, that's huge. Honestly, I think what would have been better would have been Burning Ambition. I'll be honest. I think aerial denial frame and Burning Ambition would have been better because it would passively give stacks of Scorch. Yeah, and Attrition Orbs. So welcome back. You can heal while having Attrition Orbs active. And heal clip. Why? Wait. This has to be a typo. There's no way it's double heal clip. Double heal clip? No, I don't believe that. Hawthorne's Fill Force Shotgun. Holy. Talk about a abandoned weapon and it's back. Lightweight, stasis, a 95. It is Grave Robber, Threat Detector, Sleight of Hand, Lead from Gold, Slide Shot, Lone Wolf. I mean, if it's not a precision, no one will ever use it in PvE. Or sorry, PvP. Grave Robber, yeah, nothing about it. Seems like it's meant to be a PvE weapon, and it seems like they're also saying the same thing in two different columns, so there has to be a bug or something wrong. 86 or 86. It's a Strand Vortex Sword. So Vortex Sword, Slice, Lead from Gold, Flash Counter. Ooh, call I am in. Oh, that also looks fucking sick. It's like a machete. Yes! We've got Attrition Orbs and Flash Counter. Let's fucking go. You got Hatchling, On Guard, Elemental Healing. I'm more excited for the Flash Counter Attrition Orbs bit kit. Let's go. Block and get a bunch of fucking orbs. Let's fucking go. And Elemental Healing is pretty good if you're building into that. Here's our Trials weapons. Cataphract is back. That's right. Envious. I'm just going to see if there's anything new. Envious Assassin is probably the best slot. Bait and switch. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything that made this gun good is still what you're going to go for. Then we have the new Not Forgotten. It is now the Strand version. If you got the Stasis version, now you can get the Strand version. Reconstruct, Slide Shot, Lone Wolf, Firefly, Shoot to Loot, Fragile, Focus. So your two PvP perks are going to really be Slide Shot, Lone Wolf. For PvE, you have Firefly. We have Sword Logic, Precision Instrument, Tear, Keep Away, Explosive Payload, Opening Shot, Elemental Honing. Damn, getting these two perks in the same slot feels fucking bad. But yeah, Slide Shot, Lone Wolf with either Opening Shot, Precision Instrument. For PvE, honestly, Firefly, Explosive Payload. I'm really surprised that it's not. Sorry about that. I hope we sound good. We're continuing onward. Oh, you do. Let's see. The Martlet is a lightweight pulse rifle. We saw this. It's just a reskin of the moon weapon. It's void. I'm not impressed with lightweight pulse rifles. It's a 450. Wait, did I just say I'm not impressed? These were like one of the best ones. I'm thinking of lightweight. Don't ignore me. I am having a brain fart. Redo the video now. No, the video's still recording. We're good. We're still continuing on. We don't have to redo it. This thing's good. Separate recording. We're good. Head Seeker, Firefly, Perpetual, Keep, Repulsor Brace, Lone Wolf, Loose Change. I'm thinking for PvP, Perpetual, Motion, and Keep Away. Then we have Sword Logic, which that is your Redrix Supreme. Used to be Stabilize Rounds, Desperate Measures, Withering Gaze, Zen Moment. Ooh, you can go Zen Moment, Keep Away, or Perpetual. This makes this thing very accurate. It also gets Withering Gaze, which is kind of like, man, that's going to piss some people off if it weakens in Crucible. I don't know how Withering Gaze works in PvP, to be honest. Astral Horizon. Unfortunate aggressive frames just suck. They're awful. But we have Snapshot, Slide Shot, Pugilist, Lead from Barrel, Barrel Constrictor, Stopping Power, and Threat Detector. Pretty much 3 of the things that you want on a shotgun. Opening Shot, Proximity Power, Bewildering Burst, 1-2 Punch, Closing Time, All-Star, Vorpal Weapon. Honestly, they have to stop releasing this shit. This is like the 3rd time they've released Astral Horizon, and it doesn't move the fucking needle because aggressive frames suck dick. Oh my God, they brought it back. What do we got with this little badass? We've got Sway Reduction, Detector, Attrition Orbs, which is cool. Target Locked is back. Master of Arms, Lone Wolf, Demolitionist. Yeah, we'll see. It's a 720. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, I think Immortal, and I think people get PTSD with competitive Crucible weapons. So here's your Crucible. We've got a 600 kinetic SMG that gets Rangefinder, Attrition Orbs, Impromptu, Rapid Hit, Stopping Power, Shoot to Loot, Lone Wolf. It gets Firefly, ooh, Head Seeker, All-Star, Kinetic Tremors. Dude, 600 with Attrition, Kinetic Tremors. Hello, welcome back. Massive Arms. So this is going to be interesting. Interesting little gun. Welcome back, the Hunt SMG. Then we've got the Moss Anthro. It is a 120 aggressive hand cannon. We got Lone Wolf, Slideways, Keep Away, which is always going to be a good choice. Moving Target. Destabilizing Rounds, Built to Blast. Lone Wolf. Wait, okay, it's got to be a typo. Slideways. Okay, just ignore whatever the fuck this is. And I'm looking here. We got Precision. Yeah, so this is going to be your traditional, this is welcome back Trials hand cannon. I forgot what it's called. Precision Keep Away. That's going to be, or a lot of people are going to use. Riptide. Why are we bringing back Riptide? We already have a rapid fire. What? We already have a stasis rapid fire. Why is it coming back again? Auto loading, overflow, under pressure, built to blast, subsistence cornered, controlled burst, vorpal weapon, crystalline corpse bloom, chill clip, closing time, collective pugilism. From outside PvP, I don't know what you would want here. Overflow, auto loading, and vorpal are not controlled burst or chill clip. I mean, we literally bottom dollar reskin. Yeah. And then we have a machine gun. It's a 360 strand. Slice, Hatchling, Triple Tap, Built to Blast, Demolitionist. None of these excite me at all. Lone Wolf, Strategist, yeah. Rewind Rounds, Magnera. What? I mean, maybe Hatchling and Explosions, maybe. Oh, Triple Tap Rewind. Go for the memes. Go for the fucking memes. I see a meme roll and I go for it every time. Rewind, triple tap, just never having to reload. Let's go. Fucking let's go. All Renegade exotics. You wanted to see exotics, kids? Here's your exotics. We got the Praxis Blade, which we know has every color. By the way, you're going to be able to customize this thing and you're going to be able to apply a bunch of debuffs. individually. You can scorch, you can weaken, you can chill or slow, should I say. You're going to be able to jolt. You're going to be able to do a lot, pretty much any debuff keyword you're going to be able to do because it was leaked. So there you go. You're going to be able to, essentially, you're going to throw this like a Star Wars weapon. That's it. And then you actually get the benefit of Corpsman Reversal, where essentially you do light attack, then it encourages you to do a heavy, which the heavy is free. So when you do a heavy attack with the combo, the heavy's free. So it encourages you to do the combo. It's like a mini game that you want to play. Service of Luzaku looks fucking sick. Essentially, it just makes it makes threadlings, right? It makes a nest. Hitting targets with this weapon builds a restorative charge. Hit fire at allies while this weapon is charged, heals them. So it is a support LMG. It fills this weapon's magazine from reserves. Rapid healing increases weapon damage. It spawns threadlings from your allies. And then while it does that, it also final blows create nests that also spawn threadlings. Like, they really want you to use fucking threadlings. Like, they really want you to use threadlings. This thing looks fucking sick. Then we have Heirloom, which is apparently the dungeon exotic, by the way. Surprise! It's the dungeon exotic. This weapon fires high-powered explosive bolts. Strong gets unstoppable champions. Aim down sight for a period of time to overcharge the next bolt fired. Increases damage and area effect. So it just goes boom. That is your weapons for Renegades. There's some interesting picks here. Honestly, most of the destination weapons look pretty good. I'm more excited, to be honest, about the dungeon weapons. Out of all these weapons we looked at, the dungeon weapons look the sickest. Like, honestly, I'm gonna and if you want to know about the dungeon armor, close your ears for a couple seconds. It's called Sage Protector. For the 2-piece, sword hits return grenade and class energy. Bonus energy is granted if blade focus is active. I love that. This is the perfect armor for me, for my stronghold build, because I heavily focus on 2 key things: grenade and class. Why? Because I use prismatic flash counter with strongholds. I use the class ability with Dranger's Lash. I dodge, I suspend everything. Boom, bingo. I can now get more energy just by using a sword, which the hits, it says hits. Sword hits. Flash counter counts. Wait, is it flash counter? I'm dumb if I'm missing it. Yeah, flash counter. Yeah, so let's just take Sullen Claw here, for instance. I'm using Sullen Claw, blocking a bunch of shit with this armor. I am passively getting grenade energy and class energy. By the way, I also use shackle grenades to suspend stuff. So I'm dodging, I'm throwing shackle grenades, I'm doing crowd control while blinding everything. I'm killing shit because I'm also going to be using a secondary weapon that's going to start blasting ass. So I'm being very aggressive. And the Sage Protector set, I'm going to have a god sword build. Like, we are back. We are fucking back. The master, swords master, I'm here. I'm fucking here. I'm here for it. I will live in the dungeon for as long as I can to get the perfect sword build. My ass is going to be doing the dungeon. I forgot, fuck the Renegades, fuck everything else. I'm excited for the loot in the dungeon. That's it. I'm back. This is episode heresy all over again, where I don't give a shit about the story. I don't give a shit about the activity. My ass is just playing Sword Master. I'm playing Dark Souls again. We're bringing back Dark Souls into Destiny. We're doing it. It's coming back. It's coming back. But it gets better. But wait, it gets better. We got the 4-piece perk. It's called Blade Focus. Briefly, here, are you ready for this? I creamed my pants when I heard this. Briefly guarding with a sword. Ready. with blade focus. Well, blade focus is readied. Hitting a target with your sword increases the sword damage and the lunge distance for moderate durations. Oh, yes, that's right. If you're blocking with your sword, you get increased passive damage just for guarding. And guess what you're going to be doing with flash counter and strongholds? You're going to be guarding. So passive grenade generation along with class ability, you're spamming during your slash, you're suspending things also with shackle, you're getting damage bonuses. And welcome to my ASMR where I jizz over fucking swords. You want to know what I'm excited? Listen, this is what I'm excited for when it comes to Renegades. I'm so fucking psyched. Finally, I can go balls to the wall with swords. About to become the Sammy Kate, I think it was her name is. But instead of bows, you're just gonna be see me run around as many swords as fucking possible. I'm literally going to try my damnedest to do everything with just fucking swords. I'm gonna even try contest mode. I'm gonna try my damnedest. I'm gonna try everything, every fucking thing with swords. Oh my God, I'm so fucking psyched for this shit. Like, the dungeon has the best fucking loot for swords. And we're not even talking about the artifact, which also makes me want to jizz. Yeah, as you can tell, it's not failing if you put it, if you put it back in. I'm laying sure flaming, I could be wrong. You failed in. ASMR. All the perks for the sword are in the dungeon when it's not even a dungeon exotic. Yeah, all the perks for the sword. Yeah, it's crazy. That's a nice looking sword. I think everything's for the exotic sword is dungeon. No, so lightsaber. Just so we're continuing to talk about it. This is the exotic mission sword. Apparently, the exotic mission is very trippy. Content creators played the exotic mission already, so you know this is time gated. So if you think I'm sure it's time gated. That's me assuming based on like historical patterns. I would be pleasantly surprised if you can just wait. No. It's very possible they give it the hand cannon from Edge of Fate. You get it right afterwards. So I'm gonna bite my tongue. And maybe we'll be lucky and they will give you this right after the quest will activate after the campaign. We'll see. I think it's a big miss not being able to have to play with, the lightsaber during the campaign, but it is what it is, right? Only dark side can teach you this. Yeah, is it bad that I'm not excited for the campaign story and I'm just excited about being able to use a fucking sword? That explains where I'm at with Destiny. I'd rather play Dark Souls in Destiny than play Destiny in Destiny or Star Wars in Destiny. But here it is. Oh my God, it's a lightsaber. How original. I know! Which is why I don't like, and what pisses me off is apparently this thing's fucking cracked with strongholds. Pisses me the fuck off. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for new swords, new flash counter tech. I'm excited. The mission is in the campaign. Thank you. It is. Thank you. There's a lot of mixed information being leaked out. So if it's the exotic mission's in the campaign, cool, because apparently it's fucking sick with strongholds, and that's what we're going to try to play as swords. I'm going to do as much as I can with swords. But yeah, that is your entire list for everything coming out in Renegades. I would say 50% of these weapons are good and 50% of these weapons are very mid to ass. Yeah, no, it's crazy because I thought most of the weapons that came out with the portal were pretty much bangers, but then I think about it and like, well, the scout rifle, the sidearm there's quite a bit of weapons that weren't good for Edge of Fate. There was some standout picks, obviously, that really popped off. But there's some things that I have on my wish list to pick up that I'm gonna go for. Now, will this keep me playing a long time? I think the dungeon will. Outside of that, I think my playtime outside of the dungeon is going to be very minimal. So, and once I'm done with the dungeon, I'm probably gonna be cooked, unfortunately. But I'm not even excited for the crossbow because I'm just like, again, I'm here for swords. I'm here to play Dark Souls. But that's me. Let me know in the comments down below what you're excited for. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and I'll see you in the next one. Huzzah.